Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at noon starts now.
We're close to a major milestone in the race for a coronavirus vaccine. Pfizer says that it might ask for an emergency use authorization today. We'll tell you when the company says it could be ready to distribute it. And you really don't get many Fridays like this in November, and this late in November at that. Paul is tracking the warmer temperatures that we are seeing and looking ahead to the weekend. But we do begin at noon with top Republican lawmakers in Michigan arriving in Washington, D.C. for a meeting at the White House. It's an extraordinary move as the Trump campaign tries to stop Michigan from certifying the election results. Senate Majority Leader Mike Shirkey and House Speaker Lee Chatfield are set to meet with the president this afternoon. Shirkey was met by protesters as he arrived at Metro Airport this morning. And as our Rob Maloney reports, this meeting follows a contentious meeting with the Wayne County Board of Canvassers.
It's been a very busy morning already as it pertains to Michigan's election situation. And we're going to start at Metro Airport because most eyes are on now the Senate Majority Leader, Mike Shirkey, and the House Speaker from the state of Michigan, Lee Chatfield. They are jetting off to Washington, D.C. And in fact, Mike Shirkey went to Metro Airport this morning. There were protesters there to greet him and shot video of him getting in line to get on the plane there. About an hour and a half later, when he arrived in Washington, D.C., national cameras, CNN and other cameras were there to see him getting off the plane. Now, it was characteristic of the Senate Majority Leader not to say anything when he got off the plane. But we do know that the meeting with the president is supposed to be at 4 o'clock this afternoon. So we have to imagine that he has other things he's going to be doing this morning and this afternoon as he goes to Washington. He'll be getting together with Lee Chatfield, the Speaker of the House here in the state of Michigan, but no video of him so far. But again, their meeting's at 4 p.m. Now, in the meantime, this meeting with the president is causing a lot of consternation, and the Michigan Democratic Party held a press conference this morning to talk about that. And in fact, Representative Debbie Dingell from Dearborn was exceptionally passionate about this and had this to say about it.
What we are witnessing before our eyes is an undermining of people's confidence in their democracy. He is attacking the integrity of our elections and, unfortunately, shaking the very foundations of the pillars of our democracy. And that is unacceptable and must be challenged.
Now, let's go to the Wayne County Board of Canvassers situation. As we speak, there's going to be a news conference here with Monica Palmer. She's the chairperson of the Wayne County Board of Canvassers, and she's going to lay out exactly what she's doing and why, and whether she thinks that her affidavit that she put out saying that she wanted to rescind her vote actually is any good or not. We have also been able to get an exclusive interview with William Hartman. That's scheduled for later this afternoon. And so there's much to talk about with both of these stories, and we will have full coverage on both coming up on Local 4 News and 5 and again at 6 o'clock. From Farmington Hills, Rod Maloney, Local 4.
All right, Rod, thank you. Meanwhile, Georgia is set to certify its election results today, making President-elect Joe Biden the winner of that state's electoral votes. The certification comes after a by-hand audit of the nearly 5 million votes that were cast in the state. As you know, Biden beat Trump by more than 12,000 votes. That is a slight drop for him, though, compared to the results before the audit. Officials in Georgia say the audit confirmed that there was no widespread fraud or irregularities in the election. The presidential recount in Milwaukee County, Wisconsin also began this morning. More than 460,000 ballots there will be counted or recounted as part of a request by the Trump campaign. And now to a major development in the fight against the coronavirus. Today, Pfizer and its German partner will apply for an emergency use authorization for their vaccine. The announcement comes 2 days after Pfizer said an analysis showed the vaccine was 95% effective. The companies say that they expect to produce up to 50 million doses this year and more than 1 billion doses by the end of next year. Pfizer says that it will be ready to distribute the vaccine within hours of authorization. An FDA advisory panel is expected to meet early next month to review the vaccine. But a new study from the University of Michigan, however, shows that the majority of Detroiters might not get a coronavirus vaccine when it first becomes available. 61% say that they are unlikely or very unlikely to get a government-approved vaccine. Black Detroiters are 4 times as likely as white Detroiters to say that they will not get the vaccine, and women were twice as likely as men to say that they won't get it. Also today, the state encouraged people to avoid panic buying. The Michigan Retailers Association says shoppers should just buy a week's worth of food and paper products to prevent problems with the supply chain. And this all comes as we head into a holiday season that will be different than any other in years past. Sam Brock has more on the changes ahead for Thanksgiving.
If you're a family with a college-age student, this is a conversation you are absolutely having right now. Is it safe to bring my student home to connect over Thanksgiving Day holiday? Certainly a holiday where so many families get together, but this year obviously carries significant risks. A lot of the students that I spoke with felt very conflicted about that decision. They consulted with their families, decided, generally speaking, they're either doing a scaled-back version with no grandparents or distant cousins and relatives, or they're not going home at all, or getting tested beforehand and getting tested once they return as well. I'm at Florida International University, FIU here in Florida. Nearly 60,000 students. It's the second largest university in this state. There's millions nationwide that are looking at the exact same thing. Here, there are no requirements about whether you do or do not have to get tested before you go, but it is strongly encouraged. Some schools right now are saying if you do choose to go home for Thanksgiving, just stay there through the rest of the semester. Other universities are making the decision for you, going completely virtual. Examples of that would be Syracuse University in New York, University of Miami here in South Florida, where many classes in person are not going to be picking up again until the end of January. In Miami, Sam Brock, NBC News.
All right, we want to take a look at your first forecast on this Friday afternoon. A pretty nice fall Friday out there at that. Paul, a lot of people are going to be out today taking advantage of this nice weather, which is not a bad idea. Get outside and enjoy it.
You're not kidding. Get the Christmas lights up or do it tomorrow, which will be dry. It's just going to be colder. But, man, here's a great shot of Campus Martius. There's the city's Christmas tree there. We're waiting for that to be lit up. And I'll tell you what, look at these temps. 63. You're thinking about a Christmas tree and it's 63 degrees out? 63 in Ann Arbor, Detroit, Port Huron, 62 in Adrian. And look at the wind gusts, though, blowing from the west at, it's blowing at 10 to 20 miles an hour, but the gusts are between 20 and 30 miles per hour. Those are those brief bursts of wind. There you see, we have a lot of sunshine out. There is a bit of cloud cover to the north. That's ahead of the cold front that's advancing down. So I'm going to do something I normally don't do on November 20th. Let's talk about November grilling. Yes, you could get out and you could barbecue this afternoon. We'll be in the low to mid 60s for highs, but it will be breezy. And then we turn our attention to the weekend, which is looking a little more wintry. The computer models are having a little difficult time now with that Saturday night, Sunday time frame. We'll break it all down for you in just a few minutes, Evrod.
All right, we will check in with you shortly, Paul. Thank you. We do have some sad news to pass along this afternoon. Barry King, the father of Oakland County child killer victim Timothy King, has died. Now, Barry King spent decades trying to solve the crimes, Timmy King being the fourth victim to be connected to the case. The 11-year-old went missing from his home in Birmingham. This was back in 1977. Well, his body was found a week later in a ditch in Livonia. And after his death, police realized that they had a child killer on their hands, and they organized the largest manhunt in history at the time. Barry King established the Tim King Fund to help abused children. Well, he died this week in hospice care. Detroit police are investigating now a shooting on the city's west side. This happened around 2 this morning on Gladstone in between LaSalle and Linwood. Police say a man was found shot to death in the driver's seat of a car. So far, there's no word on a possible suspect, but anyone with information is asked to call police. There were some pretty tense moments this morning as crews battled a house fire on Detroit's east side. Sky 4 is seen here over the scene on Somerset Avenue, right near I-94. And if you look closely, you can see the flames bottom right side of your screen coming from the home. This is the side of the home. Fire officials say that thankfully everyone inside was able to get out safely. And right now there's an investigation into what started that fire. So it's a country that didn't impose a strict lockdown during the first wave of COVID, and now it appears that approach has failed Sweden. We've got to look at the country's new tactics to try and slow the spread and stop deaths. But first, watch as a woman is pushed onto the subway tracks as a train approaches. This is in New York City. We'll tell you how she walked away from the unprovoked attack with just minor injuries.